Hello everyone, welcome to the Pequeno pod with Señor Pequeños. If you want episodes early, bonus episodes, special guest interviews, and other perks, please consider supporting us on Patreon, which will give you all of those things for the price of one coffee cup per month. You can find us at patreon.com/pequenopod, P-E-Q-U-E-N-O pod. Otherwise, enjoy this free episode, and I hope you have an awful day. Nice hat.
Nice hat, loser.
I was talking to Nick, you idiot.
Yeah, you moron.
Did you know that children, they don't have the, instinct to not roll off of their beds? Do you ever remember, waking up on the floor a bunch when you were a kid? Because I would always be, on the opposite side of... Really?
No, that's
you're just that's just when you're possessed. That happens. You get thrashed around.
I go down these.
You ever wake up on the ceiling, guys? I wake up on the ceiling all the time.
You ever wake up in hell? What?
Yes, every morning.
Yeah, when I was a kid, I would go to sleep on one side, where the pillow is, and then I would wake up, on the opposite side of the bed.
I'd wake up in fire.
Yeah.
Well, no, my parents bought, because I was one of those kids that rolled, my parents bought a guard early on that,
They bought you a physical guard. Wow, that's a little rich, don't you think? Stay on the bed.
A gun pointed to my head.
Don't move.
Go to bed. Why are you awake? Why are you awake? Why are you awake?
You wake up, it's just... Where do you think you're going, buddy? You ain't getting off this fucking bed. I just gotta go to the bathroom. Oh, shit me!
Piss your pants. Go ahead.
What did I tell you? Piss your pants in front of me. Go ahead. Piss your pants in front of me. I'll suck it up. I'm the guard. I got you. I got you, bro. I'm gonna scoop your shit off the bed with my bare
Did you piss the bed
butler
again?
hands.
Yeah, I would wake up half
2 minutes
off the bed.
We're already in this. I'm sorry, that one was on me. I actually have, look at this, the first episode I've ever had a bullet pointed list of some topics I actually wanted to hit. Because none of y'all...
More poop. Fart joke.
Poop.
Diarrhea,
yeah, no, my brother...
Liquid poop.
I asked
here we go.
him
She's
to-
already... Great, that already triggered
no,
something.
Here we go.
No, I'm not
go.
going to talk about poop. I'm not going to talk about poop. I asked my brother, I was like, what happened the last 2 weeks? Because they've been a blur to me because of the poop. But also because...
You lied to me.
I haven't done much besides that. I haven't gone out. And I was like, what happened? And he was
we're in a war now.
Yeah, exactly. I was like...
So Putin is our president now.
Oprah is also dead.
Have you ever wondered why you wake up in the morning and that Russian national anthem's blasting over the loudspeakers and you have bars on your window? It's Oprah dying. That's what had. That's kind of was the last straw.
Damn.
Oprah died. And Putin was like, I can get in now. It's not that hard. Oprah keeping me from entering into America's asshole.
Yeah.
What are we talking about? Anyway.
My brother just asked if I ever had he's like, what's the theme of today's episode? And I was like, we've never what?
We don't have a theme until we
I know,
go on
right?
stupid tangents and then.
Yeah, exactly. He was
Literally,
like, how
We
do you
talked
guys...
about that for 40 minutes. That's.
Yeah.
I've just started showing people highlights because then they're like, oh, it's just shit.
Yeah.
Instead of trying to say
Yes.
He's like, how do you know what you guys are going to talk about? And I was like, we just start shooting the breeze.
Which is why our ratings are going down. I'm just kidding. No, so, okay, I'm trying to pull it up right now, but because none of y'all lazy asses will stick around to the end of the episode, just kidding. So Spotify Wrapped came out with our podcast, and I thought I'd just read them off to congratulate everybody, and to thank everybody that's listening right now, except for Juliana's mom. If you're listening, fuck you.
She's never listened.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
She never will. So, we were heard in 21 countries. All right.
Damn! There's that many countries?
Only understood in about 3 of them.
Yeah, I was like...
And poop is universal, guys. This is what I'm telling you.
20 of them were accidents when they're scrolling. They're like,
True.
19 of them are Spanish Latin countries that were
exactly.
what the fuck is this?
this isn't
Yeah,
Joe
exactly.
Rogan.
Just change it to caca.
Oh. This isn't Call Me Daddy podcast. Why am I Russian? Sorry, that was... Sorry, Spanish. Whoops.
All right, let me hear your Spanish. Let me hear it then.
Donde está?
Donde está mi podcast?
Okay, so our top 5 countries were the U.S. Cool. The Netherlands is number 2. And then 3 is Canada. 4 is the UK, and then 5 is Sweden. So that's interesting.
Wonderful.
Very cool. Apparently, during the week of Halloween, we had a 154% increase that week. I don't know. Random fun fact.
Oh,
I don't
thank
know.
God.
Everyone was like, I'm scared out of my shorts. I better, turn on that podcast.
Uh-huh.
Thank you. Our podcast was in the top
relaxing
20%.
content.
Yeah, nice relaxing content during Halloween. Just, Juliana's mom's coworkers murdering people and whatnot.
And
If you didn't
Yes.
listen to last week, you're like, I'm not listening to last week. Your podcast was in the top 20% most shared globally. Now, I don't know if that's what that means. 80% of podcasts are defunct with one episode.
Yeah.
I don't know how to compare that. That seems pretty cool.
We were the top 20, not 20%.
Top 20%. Yeah.
No,
The top 20%
top
is still
20.
pretty cool. Oh, shut up. And 25% of the shares were through text, which that's just kind of funny to think about. Someone, hey, take a look at this.
I don't think
Stop
I've ever
texting
texted
this number.
Yeah.
Your family disowns you. Stop sending this to the family group chat, please. This is so inappropriate.
Unsubscribe from messages.
I disown you as my son. But
I've never texted anybody the podcast.
Yeah, me neither.
Everybody's always like, where can you find it? And I'm like, anywhere podcasts are found. And they're like, what does that
Yeah,
mean?
literally Google it. Yeah, it'll come up. It's the only thing called the Pequeno pod in the world, so that's cool. Anyway.
If we start another one, we don't have to be clever. We could just put a bunch of consonants together.
Yeah, there you
Limpel
go.
glorp.
Z podcast. At the bottom of every phone book.
Yes.
39%.
We want to be at the top.
39% of our 2021 listeners joined again this year, which is not an encouraging number. I gotta be honest. I don't know why they shared that with us. 70% of your listeners from last year, stop, dude. They just
They
did
didn't
not
like
come
you.
back. They're gone. They hated you. You're a top 10 podcast for 800 people. You're a top 5 podcast for 700. You're the number 1 podcast for 270.
It's still pretty neat.
Very cool.
You
For 270 people, we're the
people
top
rock.
podcast they listen to.
Woo!
Right now, they're reconsidering their life choices. They're like, wait, is this
Like,
actually the one I listen to the most?
Oh, I gotta put on Rogan.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta listen about why the COVID vaccine doesn't work.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Ivermectin.
Horse poop. Isn't that what solves it? Horse shit directly into my veins.
I think it's horse
Why
semen,
won't I
actually.
stop pooping?
Why don't I start?
Don't finish.
That's not what she said last time. This is where we drop
what?
everybody.
This is why we lost 70%.
Yeah.
100% of 2022 listeners killed themselves.
That's one of the stats.
One of the stats is, surprisingly, you had a 100% drop in your retention after this
Yeah.
episode.
They say you were in the top 1% for listeners who committed suicide this year.
80%
And that's okay.
of Spotify accounts that listen to this podcast became defunct.
McDonald's has gone out of business.
No!
People have stopped going to them.
Every McDonald.
That's pretty cool, though, because, I know people that have been listening to us since, day one, when it was, weird-er and, worse-er. And, now you're within the... Oh, I missed the coolest one. Oh, so you're in the top 5% most followed podcasts.
Let's go.
Again, top 5% of podcasts in the world.
I don't believe you, Spotify.
Dude.
You're fucking trying to hype us up.
I think I was gonna say something's wrong, but that's pretty fucking cool.
But it makes sense if we're always pushing hey, follow us, versus the other podcasts that just talk out of their ass for an hour and then go, okay, bye.
Bye. They
We're not
want it to
pushing-
happen organically.
I did start my
Who
OnlyFans
cares?
about 3
Who
months ago.
cares?
Your OnlyFans is what got us followers. You're playing the podcast in the background of just your adult videos.
I thought about it. I'm like, I'm sure there's people I could catfish with feet pics. I just have to find a part of my apartment that's like not like recognizable. I am all in it, dude. I want to retire. I want to put my siblings through college. If I have to use feet to get there, I don't give a shit.
One day he's gonna use the wrong account. He's gonna tweet out like a veiny, like foot just spread open with toes.
It's big and veiny today. Take a look.
No.
Ew.
$5 for the full set.
One toe.
By itself, it's just on its own. They're like, wait, where'd you get that?
It's like cropped. Uncropped.
Why are you always eating toes? What the fuck?
I only made one video about eating toes. I did make another one about...
No, it's one too many.
One video. Okay. I made a video yesterday, though, that had even worse...
Deeply rooted. Subliminal messaging.
I think he's trying to come out to us as a foot lover.
Did you see the Snapchat I sent you guys, the group the other day? With the comments? Like, super, like, they were like, no, stop, delete this. Like... So I made another one where I stitched a video. Someone was like, your baby teeth are out there. Go find them. And I just took a handful of ice. And I found them.
Stop eating body parts.
Yeah, good stuff. I'm out of ideas. Anyway.
Isn't each tooth like 3 calories or something?
Why would you know that?
I've been watching a lot of Jeopardy.
I've been watching a lot of teeth videos lately.
A lot of Jeopardy.
I'm watching videos about baby teeth.
Good to know that if I'm ever stranded in the wilderness with no food and I need like 23 calories, I can just 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. Math. Anyway,
why does someone know the calorie contents of a tooth, let alone a baby tooth?
Moving on.
I don't know.
The last thing I forgot. So this isn't streams. This is just downloads, which downloads a lot less people download than just streams. So this is pretty cool. 20,000 downloads across the whole podcast. We've run out of like medals on Buzzsprout for them, which is pretty
Milestones.
crazy. So that's pretty cool. I need to keep going on the train. The most questions and comments I get.
That's where we get the most followers.
I'm serious.
Just loudly playing our podcast on the train and. You're like, I wonder what that is.
I just play the part where I'm like belching very loudly. It's like, whoa! Wonder what that was. Couldn't have been from my computer. What is this? The Pequeno pod? PEQUENO? Huh? I better Google that on every podcast site that exists. And oh look, there it is on every site. That's interesting.
Wow! You can be a Patreon for less than a cup of coffee. Wow!
Quit buying your coffee and give us some money. Fucking damn! You don't need that caffeine shit. Anywho,
every episode you should start with just screaming, so like it wakes them up.
You don't need it.
And because the intro of the podcast like ends with "and have a wonderful day," and that's just. And good morning to you. Now that you've driven off a bridge. Happy Friday afternoon at 3 p.m. What day is it? But like seriously, every single time I've been on a train now, someone has asked me about it, and I'm not doing anything like super obvious other than just editing. It's like this last time. Did I tell you what happened this week? Well, so first of all. I know you're like all the stories are really forgettable and they just kind of
you vaguely mentioned it.
Yeah, it's been a week. It's been so busy. Anyway, so first of all, I got business class for the first time ever and only on this train because I filled out like a survey back in like a year ago where they like made us wait 2 hours and didn't give us any food or anything, and I was like, this was terrible. Please refund me. And then a year later they were like, we'll give you a $50 voucher. You have to use it all at once, right now.
I thought it was going to be a voucher for that one where you were like, damn it, they canceled on me and I already bought the ticket. And I was like, uh-oh.
No. Well, here's $50. Give it back. No. But so I was like, well, I got to use it all on this thing. So I bought a business class one way. $50 didn't even cover business both ways.
Oh.
That's how poor I am. So
that doesn't
even
say something about how poor you are. That says something about how ridiculous first class is.
Well, no. I think I'm just stingy because I think first class on a one-way ticket is
$52.
It's $50. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, like a normal class coach ticket is like 16 one way, and I think the first class is like 40 to 50.
You know how many biggie bags that is?
Yeah, I'm like,
do you know how much food I can buy with $40 extra? I'm not gonna sit in business class with a bunch
I was
of
like, you know how stingy
yanks.
I am. I flew on Spirit Airline. I risked my life and
for the podcast.
Yeah.
Giant awkward silence I have to cut out. Anyway, so
Stop, leave it.
now everyone in the cars can be like, "Are they done? Please, God, tell me
It's
they're
over.
Still talking." I can't reach my phone while I'm driving. I'm gonna get pulled over. Actually, it's worth it. Shut this off. Woo! Please just shoot me. Sorry. Anyway, so I am almost late even to this business class thing because just something happened with a call, and then I'm like, I call Uber. It's the first time I've ever like called Uber and they rejected me in St. Louis. I was like, excuse me? I do it again. Reject again. I was like, bro, what the fuck's happening? I like go downstairs.
You have a really bad rating. Nobody wants to drive you.
This guy keeps talking about his fucking podcast.
Yeah. Don't pick this guy up.
He's a walking ad. He made me follow him at gunpoint.
He was eating peas and eggs in my back seat. We were only driving 5 minutes away, guys.
Stunk, dude.
I hate this guy.
Keep driving.
He stunk up my whole car. I had to ditch it, man. I burned it. I'm not doing that again. Guy got in after him and beat me up. It smelled so bad. No, so I got down there and there was 3 events going on at once. It was like a hockey game. There was some high school bullshit fucking thing going on. And
a high school event takes up the whole town, like the whole city.
Well, there was just because there was 3 things at once and pulling people from Illinois. I mean, it was packed. The Uber couldn't get to me. I live downtown. If anyone doesn't know, they couldn't get to me. I had to walk like half a mile to even get to the Uber. She was like, "I can't get there. You need to come to me." It wasn't her fault. I just was like, "Fucking damn." So I got there and I'm like, "Hey, you can drive however you want to. I'm not gonna say anything, but if there's any possibility we can get there." And she was like, "You picked the right one." And so we got there, and I sprint inside, and the guy was just shutting the gate, and I was like, "Can we still get in?" He was like, "Well, if you run, you may be able to make it there." I told him to take off, so I'm.
And then you're like, "I was a runner," and then you just started.
I had a knee injury though, so I'm just gonna walk.
So I would have gone semi-pro if it weren't for my knee, but
every white guy in the Midwest,
yes,
including me. Anyway, so I'm sprinting, which if you've never been to the St. Louis Amtrak, for the one person on the podcast, like I've done that, but it's a really long, weird walk over this bridge inside to get to where you get on the train. So I'm like going up an escalator, down an escalator, and over across.
Do you have to walk up the arch?
Yeah, they slingshot me across the arch to the other side, luggage and everything. No, but so I get to the bottom of the stairs. I can see the conductor like getting into the train from like 100 meters away, and he sees me just as he's going in, and I was like, ugh. And he was like, "Come on!" So I'm like sprinting. I jump on. As soon as I jump on, it starts moving, and I was like, "Oh my fucking gosh!"
You do the thing where they're holding onto the train from the outside,
like Bullet Train.
Yeah.
Holding on to it, gripping with my toes.
And you're like, "Let me in!"
There's someone with a sledgehammer in the back, like trying to knock me off by my toes. Just get him off! He keeps climbing.
So this is not what I paid for.
So I'm finally on the train, and then like just halfway through the train ride, as I'm editing something, the guy next to me is like, "Oh, is that Audacity?" And I was like, "Yeah, that's Audacity." And he was like, It's looked the same for the last 10 years, but darn it if it's not like the best thing out there." And I was like, "Hell yeah, dude." And
Except
so then
mine.
this guy was like a drummer and a sound engineer, so he seemed like really cool, like he knew what he was talking about. But anyway, and by the time we got off the train, he was like, "Hey, I don't even think I must have said podcast," because he's the one that asked. Because he was like, "What are you editing?" And I think I was like, "Oh, I'm just editing some audio for our podcast." And then when we got off the train, he was like, "Oh, what is it?" Like, so I can look it up right now. And I was like, "Oh, it's." And he was like, "Why don't you just type it in?" So I like typed it in, and the first thing that came up.
I'm so shy.
Water is just pouring out of my face. I'm crying. He's like, "Dude, okay, stop. It's not that big a deal."
Give me my phone, you freak.
I don't remember the highlight that came up. I don't remember which one it was, but it was something that had my face like staring in it, and I was like,
"Here it
give
is,
him the
sir."
phone back. He's like, shucks it out of the train. I'm not watching that.
Excuse me.
That guy is terrifying. Oh, it's you. Get away from me. Get off this train immediately, or I will.
The entire time you've been talking like from an angle.
From this angle. And then he's like, what's the name of your podcast? I'm like, oh, I can type it in for you if you'd like. He stabs out his eyes with the Amtrak plastic fork. I'm like, why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? Stop.
And then they're like, "Oh!"
That's not good for you. That's not good for you.
Let me help with that. The good thing about not seeing is you can still hear our podcast. I put I duct tape headphones over his head. He's just blind.
I'm like actually torturing every person you meet. This is why we have to keep our relationship through the internet. We can't hang out or else he'll murder us.
Aww.
Never come back home.
Yeah, I'm just going out to the woods in Colorado. It should be fun.
Nick died after we met him. I'm just puppeteering his body from another frame over. I dressed up his side of the room with 1,000 posters, and I'm just Nick is yeah, Nick, and he's like.
That's why he only wanted to go to public spaces with you.
Yeah. Well, no. Let's not go to my house. Why don't we go to golf with kids? He won't do anything to me there. He'll be too distracted by the kids.
By yelling at other kids.
I know how much he likes kids.
Oh my goodness. It was too funny. I will never forget you and me, 25 and bearded, standing in the back of a middle school hangout. We're like, hey, you cut, man. I want our arcade tickets.
Dude, we were standing there. We kept getting cut. We got cut 20 times.
Because they were like, well, there's no way they can be here for the games, right? They work here, clearly. They look like they work here. We're just no,
we want to. No. You can go ahead. It's fine. I just want to play some mini golf, dude. No. It's totally cool, dude. Yeah, no, I don't care.
I went.
It's just, it's I don't want to play golf today.
I'll do it on my own time. It's fine. I'll come after the place closed.
It's fine.
I went to a mini golf bar, and the people in front of us were taking 10-15 minutes per hole, and then so we were waiting in a really long
mini
line.
golf?
Yeah, to do the very first hole, and we're like, man, this must be hard, huh? And
the one that's practice, it's always a straight line.
It's literally that one.
Line.
It's that one, and I was like, huh? And we were waiting in line, and then
Julianna's yelling at a blind group that went out for a fun night.
No, they
Hurry
were
the
just
fuck up.
They were really drunk. They were really they were trying to stand straight, and their putter was leaning, and they were leaning with the club, and I was like, you're doing good. You're doing good. Yeah, but we were standing in line for probably 45 minutes because we're it said you had to sign up. And then you would get called for your turn, and then, we were all right, nobody's bringing back putters. Do we go up to the front? And we went up to the front, and they're like, oh, yeah, there hasn't been, a line for, the last, 2 hours. You guys can just go in, and their club's just sitting against the door in there. And we were like, oh okay.
I am monkey.
So I meant to say this when we were talking about podcast statistics. This is how cool our podcast is. I haven't told you guys this yet. I haven't told you guys this yet. So do you remember that that Patreon note that we read that said something like, Rachel, I really think you're the tits, and we were like, who's that? I don't even know if the name was Rachel. I think it was something else. Uh-huh. Anyway, so the guy texted me later, and he was like, so now does that note make sense? And I was like, what do you mean? And he was like, oh, you haven't been on your personal Instagram lately, have you? And I was like, what? Because he's a friend of mine. And it was, he proposed It was a marriage thing. So now they're engaged.
What?
Wait, what?
We've had an engagement through the podcast.
Wait, what?
Dude, what is going on?
Dude, that is great. He was saying that to his fiance. Yeah. So that's hilarious. It's also, I'm a terrible friend because I didn't even notice. He was like, "So it makes sense now, right?" I was like, "Huh?"
Bad friend.
I haven't noticed anything.
I don't know.
Have
you paid on the Patreon for? we fired
yeah.
that bad boy back up. So if you want to pay more money, he's like, dude.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, I don't know, dude, but you're behind on your dues for the month. If you can just fork them over. I've kind of been paying for this thing. It's like, I don't know, a couple $1,000s. Like, yeah. Well, you have an commitment, so just send it on over, dude. I take Venmo. I take PayPal. Birds. Send me some.
What?
You take payments of birds.
Dude, I was just thinking about that in the car. Harry Potter had to have killed like 10% of the owl population. Don't you think? A bunch of kids buying owls that shouldn't have had owls.
Oh, I thought you meant Harry Potter himself.
But they were magic.
Yeah, it was Harry Potter, Goblet of Fire. Harry Potter kills all the owls.
Harry Potter, but with a gun. Harry Potter goes to Detroit.
Oh, it's just magic in it. You think this is magic?
They're like, whip out your little wand, bitch.
Seriously. I'm listening to this book and Dumbledore's like, I couldn't figure out how to send you a message without it being intercepted. I'm like, ever heard of a VPN? Fucking old man. This podcast is sponsored by NordVPN, the best VPN.
Can't they like teleport? Can't you just like teleport to somebody and be like, here's the message? And
the owl?
No, wizards or whatever.
What?
What are the limitations of magic in this realm? I don't know. I don't like Harry Potter.
You know, owls there 1 second and gone the next.
Yeah.
It teleports into my stomach. It's
Yeah.
Owl pops out of my stomach. You know how it be.
Yeah, don't you know the folklore? Owls,
Owls?
they're tricksters, You know how they are.
Harry
They're
Potter
too
with a
wise
gun.
for their own good.
I just know they have an obsession with Tootsie Roll Pops.
The owl's just gone not speaking for 7 books, and all of a sudden it turns to Harry and he's like, 10 licks should do it. Getting to the bottom of the Tootsie Roll Pop. And he's like, what the fuck is that?
Jesus Christ.
I'm gonna kill every single fucking owl I can get my hands on.
He says 10 licks should do it, and that's it. And he just stares.
And then the owl explodes.
Yeah.
Never see it again. What was that about?
Bit odd, isn't it? All of our owls all of our owls exploding. Kind of funny, isn't it? Anyway. Tell us more about that gun thing. Owls exploding.
That's what the American children use at their school. At their wizard academy or whatever.
Guns instead of wands.
Guns or owls?
Yeah.
Both. Owl guns.
Guns instead of owls. I'll get my message across.
I know what to do.
Pulls the bullet out of my chest. Oh yeah, I'm free at 9 today. Yeah. Well, I mean, not anymore. But I was. Not funny. Anyway. Dude, okay, really quick side note that's not even funny. I made that video about the Queen, Again, okay, I made a couple. Ha ha ha.
Yeah, which one?
Well, it was a video where a coffin gets launched down a flight of stairs. And so then I stitched it and I go,
what is the context behind that?
God save the Queen.
I don't know. Someone laughs in the background after like 2 seconds of silence in that video. Like literally the thing sparks and hits the bottom of the steps. 2 seconds of silence and someone goes, It's the best video I've seen in so long. It's so funny.
It's the speed on that.
Anyway.
You know what would be the worst thing if like the coffin just like flew open at your funeral?
Right. Well, I don't know how that didn't happen. But anyway, so I stitched that video and I was like, I said, throw me my keys, not the Queen of England. And I turned to the camera. I'm like clearly it's whatever. so many comments. The British idiots have graduated from saying we gave them a bunch of jokes for the at least all schools thing. They've moved on. All of my comments were about the Twin Towers. They were like, well, at least, we have our towers. And I was like, dude, that is not comparable at all. An old-ass woman that's not doing shit, died of old age, and you compare it to a massive fucking terror. That's not the same thing. So then people were coming after me. They're like, yeah, this is what you did. These are the comments that you're creating. I'm like, from joking about the Queen dying? Do you think I wanted people to talk about the fucking Twin Towers? My gosh.
You should have just said the Queen is probably responsible for killing, equal amounts of people. Her decisions.
You mean Queen killing as many people as 9/11, you mean?
Yeah, Freddie Mercury.
The Queen killed Freddie Mercury?
Single-handedly, with her bare hands.
Huh? 9/11 killed Freddie Mercury? Yeah, sorry. Anywho. How was your Thanksgiving?
What?
Great.
Owls, 9/11, Thanksgiving.
Dude, speaking of guns, my uncle, he loves guns, right? That's where we had Thanksgiving. And my answer
Cabela's.
The gun uncles.
Bass Pro Bowling.
Yeah. My NRA uncle. That one. Yeah.
I didn't know you had an NRA uncle.
Yeah, he's he's big uppity up in
NRA
there.
uncle.
Yeah. Which is really funny because my aunt who married him, her daughter, she teaches social justice and in political change class. She's
Chapter 1, guns.
yeah. She's a doctorate in the most far liberal imaginable content is what she teaches, right? And then my uncle, who her mom married later in life, is the most far in the opposite
He's
direction.
a Nazi.
Yeah. No, he's a Jew. He's a Jew. Did you hear about Kanye saying
today? Wait, Daniel,
dude, wasn't that today?
Did you hear about that?
Jeez.
I could not believe.
I could believe it. I'm just this is getting comical. Someone put him down.
Far off the deep end, dude. It's insane.
Why? How is he so crazy? He's not talking fast either. He's hesitating and pausing, and he takes a 4-second pause, and he's like, "No, I do hate the Jew." And we're like, "Whoa,
Sir.
No, he said he likes Hitler too.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
I he said he
saw that on Philip
respected-
DeFranco.
Okay.
My one news source. Sorry.
That's his news source where he absorbs all of popular media and pop culture now. So now Daniel's hip with it. He knows what's been happening.
Oh yeah,
lately.
I know Taylor Swift has a new album somewhere in there, and that Kanye said bad things. I know things.
I know.
Dude, Philip DeFranco's the best. In 15 minutes,
did you just
I get
learn that Kanye and Taylor Swift have a connection?
Oh, do I have to guess? Just tell me.
Do you have to guess? Did you never see that Grammy clip?
I don't watch the fucking Grammys.
Well, I didn't watch it either, but everybody knows when he's like, Beyonce!
Had the best.
Oh, yeah.
Or music video.
Well, that was a long time ago. I thought you meant something that happened recently.
That was the joke, was that you were just finding out now.
Got it.
I'm not slow. Bruh,
I'm hip with it.
I got it.
I do know about the beat.
Wasn't it on Alex Jones of all places? Even Alex Jones was like, I don't think we agree on...
He was nervous laughing. The guy who said water turns the frogs gay was nervous laughing.
The dude that thinks the school shootings are fake was like, well, I mean, the Holocaust happened, dude.
Hey, listen, buddy. Hey, grow up.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, dude, it's been... I didn't even know Alex Jones had a... How does he have anything to talk about? Isn't he $1 billion in debt now after the fucking court days? How do you have money for clothes?
After
Wasn't
the court...
he, already in debt from, bad money investments and, that fake, protein stuff where he was like, look at the before and after, and he just was fat.
And he's just more red.
Yeah.
Have you seen that, Dad?
Hey,
so
not
good.
all red people, not all red people.
No. There's a picture of before and after of him, and he just looks more red in the after picture.
And he's like, look how great these supplements are.
Yeah, no, but after the court thing, he was like he was putting out videos to his viewers being like, please buy stuff from our merch shop because they were so out of money, dude. He's like, we slashed the prices, we need them.
It's impossible to mimic his voice. I don't even know how. Like, I tried and I was like, no. You need a special level of...
I don't want to bust out my vocal cords, so I'm good.
What is with everyone... Dude, I mean, if you woke up from a coma and you've been out of it for the last 5 years and you were like, hey, Alex Jones and Kanye West were just on a, like, interview together. I mean, you would have been like,
talking about
shut
Hitler.
The fuck up, man. Yeah, talking about Hitler. And Alex Jones was the one disagreeing with Kanye.
Dude,
you would kill yourself.
You saw Alex Jones go like, whoa, hey.
Oh, no, yeah. If you know, he's like, what?
That was too much for him.
Yeah, the man that unhesitantly...
chemicals in the water that made the frogs gay.
Literally, the guy that unflinchingly said those things, not just once, but like for like 10 years, was like, hold on, whoa, what? Goodness gracious. This is insane. I need to move. I hate it here.
In the court hearing, when they're like, were you lying about the information about believing that those school shootings were faked? And he's like,
maybe.
What was the other thing? I think he was like too sweaty or something, and he's like, I had a really hot bowl of chili or something.
Oh, yeah.
He's not real. It's so ridiculous. I didn't watch that one because like he was guilty. Like we knew that, but like my goodness.
No way, that's your excuse.
He was sweating. They had to excuse him because they were worried about his health.
And he's like, I had a really hot bowl of chili. Like, excuse me, what?
That's nice, Mr. Jones. You're now $2 billion in debt, so no more chili, okay? I don't understand how court stuff works. Like, once the judgment is given, why are you not like essentially stopped from doing anything besides getting like food and water and a roof, and everything else goes to them? Like the fact that he has enough money to keep whatever he's doing going and not paying. I just don't understand how this works. Why are we talking about this?
You're like, I think if you're big enough in media, then like you can kind of continue just doing what you want, but like your debt just exists now. You'll just pass it on to somebody else.
I just think it's funny that he's like, please buy the merch.
Please.
If you buy a $3 t-shirt, I will be nowhere near the $2 billion I owe. But I can...
Please clap.
Job, no!
Please what?
Oh my god, have you not seen that?
I guess not.
That was the last campaign. Jeb Bush was doing a rally.
No, I have to send him a video.
Yeah,
I have to
Jeb
send
Bush
you
was
this.
doing a rally, and he says
Man, Jeb Bush.
I need to educate
he was giving
man.
some speech, and he thought it was really good. But then there's just silence, and he goes, "Please clap."
Into the microphone.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I've seen that. It's so funny. Oh, that's sad. It's like Ninja at New Year's Eve. He was like, I'm not seeing any flossing going on down there.
I'm not seeing enough movement.
Yeah, I'm not seeing enough movement. Oh, goodness.
Everyone's just standing there watching. Dude.
Everyone's like, this is the last year I think I'm going to live. That's my New Year's resolution. I'm going to die.
To die?
Amtrak knife in my eye.
Rusty Amtrak knife.
The ninja clip always like haunts me.
They don't give you metal silverware on the train. Oh my gosh, they hit somebody too on the way home last time.
Oh, why would that be the last thing you mentioned? What the hell?
What? Dude, tell us a
crazy.
podcast story, but you're gonna brush past the fact that
You're like, yeah, I know my stories are so boring. And you're like, yeah, they just hit somebody. And then he's like, for Pete's sake, wasting my time scraping the body off the freaking tracks.
there was a speed bump on the way home. I don't know.
Oh
what
yeah,
that was about.
No, it was so. I mean, like,
to be.
no, but people were upset. Like they announced it over the speakers, which I mean, I would hate to have that job. They had to draw straws in the back. They're like, John, you're the one, and he's like. He gets on the intercom. This guy's like, so, this is exactly how it happened. I'm not exaggerating. He's like, we are stopped here for, yeah, I'm gonna be real. They hit somebody.
Oh my god!
And everybody goes, well, all of us go like, and then we're like, so we don't know when we're gonna get back on, and we'll keep you guys updated. And then after like 60 seconds, you already had people that were like, come on, like, dude, what the fuck?
To my side.
Oh my god!
I mean, aren't they gone? If they get hit by a train, they're dust, right?
Anyway, just go the rest of the way.
Just keep on moving them. Let the people get their family at the final destination.
Pick
That's
him out
funny.
afterwards.
You can pick them out of the grill afterwards.
Dude, that was I mean, for real, I was thinking we were going to be there for like, I don't know, 3 hours. How long does it take to like...
2 minutes later, you're moving again.
Literally, they were pretty much just like, they took a spatula and just corked it off, and they were like, all right, heading out. It only took them 25 minutes. And then they were like, all right, we're off.
I do not think they picked up all the bone fragments that quickly.
That station's haunted.
You know that clip from Mythbusters where they shot a steel plate from a rocket and they disintegrated a car? That's how I imagine when cars get hit by trains. Have you not seen that clip? It's crazy.
No.
They literally shoot a giant steel plate by rockets towards a car just to see what happens. And in slow motion,
What
the
myth
car...
were they busting?
Reality.
Yeah, I was like, wait a minute.
Jamie's in the car. Will I die? We'll find out.
Will I die?
That's why you never see.
I am dust.
You never see Jamie anymore. That's why you only see Adam Savage.
It's just his mustache. They just pull it up. That's all we found of him.
They scraped the mustache off the front of it. Oh my god. That's all we need.
I don't know what myth they were busting. Anyway, like literally in slow motion, the car turns to dust. It doesn't even like stop the plate. The plate continues moving at the same speed, and the car just like gets Thanos'd. It is wild. Anyway, that's how I imagine when cars get hit by trains. Because I mean, like, there's nothing left. That thing is rolling. So I mean, yeah, they told us, and we were moving in 25 minutes, and like, I just felt terrible. I didn't know, like, what do we do? Can we like? Is there a GoFundMe? We can in 20 minutes. I don't know. We don't have that yet. That's gonna take a couple days.
I don't even think the family knows yet.
Yeah, exactly.
Literally, they had him cleaned and greened before they told anybody.
Oh my
Tony's running late tonight, huh?
Oh my.
Call your father.
Wait
See if he'll make it home for chicken and rice. Oh no, we peeled him off the tracks 2 hours ago, man. I'm sorry, we didn't know what to tell.
Dude, that's so bad.
It's terrible. I feel so bad. Well, so we don't even know if anyone. We don't know if anyone died, technically. There was a car at the intersection that they plowed, so I assume someone was in it, but I mean, I would hope they got out in time. But...
I mean...
Relax comedy.
I know, I'm like, I mean...
They're watching a Markiplier compilation, and they're just like chilling.
Well, and it was the last, one of the last train rides for like the Thanksgiving weekend, so it was a full train. People were starting to get pissed, and I was like, dude, it's been 20 minutes. Calm the fuck down. It's not even Thanksgiving yet. It's Wednesday.
Boo! I gotta make it to Friendsgiving.
Yeah, come on, guys.
I need to get drunk.
I'm
with
bringing
my
the
friends.
potatoes.
Move his corpse. I got some bush to knock down.
Yeah?
I got some natty lights with an appointment in me.
Oh god, the natty lights.
Goodness
Gross.
gracious.
Daniel's
I got some stag
I'd like
beer.
to donate my $50 that I got refunded from my train, and I'd like to send it to the family.
I should send in a survey. Be like, you guys hit somebody on my train ride? Give me $50 back.
Dude, they're gonna blacklist you.
This guy's asked for $55. Shoot him if he gets to a train.
Just use your one professional photo where you look like a white person complaining, and they'll be like, oh god, okay.
I dress up in my tux from prom. I'm like, hello. This train ride was not satisfactory. They're like, get away from me. Get the fuck away from me. I'm cutting off my hands. Get away from me.
No more
The
train
t-shirt
driving.
with the soup.
Hello.
Hello.
Thanksgiving. How was Thanksgiving for
Oh,
you
yeah.
guys?
Oh yeah, let me go on my gun tangent. So my aunt was
Yes.
telling me.
Oh my god.
We all started doing shit at the dinner table, you know, like, oh, do the thing where you like twist your hand around and like we're all like double jointed and fucked up, right? Anyways, so
Okay.
that's genetic.
You all live
I
on
guess.
cursed, poisoned land. That's the only explanation. You all are shitting and burning
we
and
all
pissing.
we all
and...
inherited like terrible things. You know, like
Yeah.
half of us have had cancer. It's all good. It's okay. Anyways, so they were
No,
telling
it's not.
my aunt was telling.
I just want to make that
story
clear.
about-
I do not support cancer. All right, let's just make that perfectly clear.
Hot take.
hot take, but
If it wasn't clear during the Kanye bit, we also hate him and Hitler. So you know,
we do not
it's
like
You
like
made graduation. No, I'm kidding.
just to cover every single thing that's going on right now.
Yeah, so my aunt was telling a story about my grandma. She had some like branches growing over into her yard, like my aunt's yard, and my aunt lives right down the street from my grandma. So my grandma went over there to do some yard work because she was a retired old lady and that's what she liked doing. And so she was like, I'm gonna trim back these branches. And the guy who lived in the yard next to them was like, stop cutting my tree! Rah, 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 rah. And my aunt like went out on her deck and was like,
barking at her.
yeah, no. My aunt came out on the porch and was just like, why are you yelling at this like 80-year-old woman? Like, leave her alone. And he's like, she's cutting my branches of my tree. And then she's like, okay, legally within like our district, you can trim stuff that goes into your yard. Like, that's your property, so you can remove anything. Oh, well, like, she works in like local government stuff.
Oh,
She's
good,
active
good.
in it. Oh, yeah, so she was like, she can trim them, and then the guy was getting in a fight with my grandma, and she
Which is a wild
doesn't-
sentence to even say, right?
yeah, like, she's like, doesn't understand English super well, and was like yelling back at him and was like, leave me alone. And then he goes inside.
Bread? You have bread?
Yeah,
I make bread.
That's basically
What are you talking about?
yeah. So
Are you
so
talking
he-
about taking my jobs?
Yeah, so
What?
So he's just cussing her out, and then in the other
Jeez.
yard, like on the other side, the people are sitting on their deck, like it's a nice summer day, and they're just sitting there watching, and they're like old retired military guys, right? And they're just like, would you leave that old lady alone? Like, and then like he's like, rah, 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 and he goes and like storms inside, and my grandma just like has the shears cutting, and he comes back outside, and he shoots the gun at her, like at her feet, and was like, bang, 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 5 shots at her feet.
That was
And like
kind
she's
of
like,
like a
she's like,
pistol?
yeah, like a handgun. And then like, she's like moving and screaming, and my aunt was like, what the fuck? And then he's like, they were just warning shots. And then the military guys were like, nope, and they came over and like tackled the dude. They called the police.
Good.
When the police came, the police were like,
They shot the retired guys.
no.
First, they
this was,
shot
like-
the black family across the street that didn't have anything to do with anything.
No, they were like, well, my cousin is black, so she was inside. That would have been bad. But
Yeah,
anyways, she was a little kid, so she doesn't remember it. But anyways,
Oh, this is not recent. This is a while ago.
no, this is a while ago.
Oh, I thought
This
you were
was,
talking about
15
this
years ago.
Thanksgiving. This happened.
No,
It's
no,
like-
my aunt was just telling me the story for the first time because I guess when it happened I wasn't
Oh,
alive, so I never
got
would have
it,
known
got it,
the
got it.
story. But
Oh wow, so this was a long
yeah,
time
so-
ago.
yeah,
But isn't
like,
this weird? This was maybe, well, this means it was more than 25 years ago, and I was like, yeah, this could
Yeah.
happen today.
Yeah,
I can
no,
see a
literally.
Trump dude next door shooting an old woman's feet. Like, isn't
Yeah.
that wild? We've gotten nowhere in the last 30 years. Goodness gracious.
that is true. That is true.
Wow.
Yeah. So like when they
So your cousin
called,
really
they were
would have
like,
been shot. Yeah.
I mean, that would be terrible, but yeah, basically like they called, they said this guy has a gun. When they showed up, he was like, they were just firecrackers. I just threw firecrackers. And then they
bullshit.
found the gun just on him still, and they were like, yeah.
Well, didn't they find the
arrest-
bullets in the ground too?
Yeah, they arrested him, and
Oh my
like
god.
they made him
Good.
go to anger management, and then he moved.
What? Why not? I don't know. Prison?
No, they didn't
What?
send him to prison.
He just-
Temp-
He
or
shot at
whatever,
somebody.
whatever.
That's
Yeah.
if you shoot in the general direction of somebody, that is actually like attempted murder.
Yeah.
They're like, man, he was just angry.
I forget this is either 30 years ago or today, so it makes sense both ways that he got off.
Yeah,
I hate this
exactly.
country.
Yeah.
That guy was, and that man was Joe Biden.
And that man, it was Joe
That man grew up to be Donald J. Trump. Whatever his name is.
You know,
What's
like
his middle name?
My aunt said
Jay.
shortly. His name is just Jay, like Jay.
It's like Jaye or something.
Oh.
Jay. Shut up, man.
Oh yeah. Then my aunt was telling me like within a few weeks of that gun incident, there was like a wasp's nest over by that same tree,
Motherfucker.
right? And she was just like, like batting these wasps away, right?
Grandma?
Yeah, my grandma. Like the
Red
story
grandma.
the story got brought up because my cousin's 2-year-old. She pointed at something.
Is it a wasp?
Yeah, it was
Sorry.
a wasp in the light fixture, and she was like, she just pointed at it, and we're like, what? Because she didn't say anything, and then there was just a wasp in there, and I was like, why? It's literally
coming.
snowing out.
Huh?
They're coming.
Murder bug.
Who?
Yeah, I mean, technically, the murder hornets, they are in Washington.
Hat man.
Huh? What? Dude,
Yeah, so
my
then
dad
they-
full on called me 2 weeks ago, and he was like, "We saw this movie called Man in the Hat. Don't watch it." And I said,
The man, the what man?
"Sorry." Back to the Hornet kid gun house fuck story.
Yeah.
And I'm right,
Yeah.
aren't I not?
Yeah, so like I was playing like a board game with my cousin, and she's like, "Did I just hear that my baby is a hero?" That's right, everyone. She saved us from the Hornet, and then they went into the tangent about a few weeks after the gun thing in that same area where the branches were. Giant hornet's nest. My grandma was just whacking it down with like a broom and stuff. And my cousin comes out, and she's like 3-4 years old, you know, like little kid. And she's like, "Hi, Grandma." And my grandma doesn't shoo her away or anything. And like a swarm of wasps
Come closer.
comes and
Come
stings
closer.
the baby. My cousin was just like, "Hi, Grandma." And then my grandma was getting like stung by wasps and like didn't care. But then like a swarm of wasps came and
I
stung
feel
like a
nothing.
baby. Yeah.
Wait, the swarm of wasps came out and stung who?
The baby, like the 3-4-year-old, my cousin.
The baby. Wait. Oh, you mean the person that came
The
outside was
baby.
the baby?
Debate.
Fuck me.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that DaBaby was like giving out concert tickets and people were rejecting them?
Dude, he went to the Cheesecake Factory. No one wanted him, and then he left, came back with the camera crew, and he thought like, "Oh, you're being filmed. They might take it then." And they still didn't want it.
It's so sad. I've never seen a
That's not
fall
sad.
from grace as major as
If
DaBaby.
you look
He
at
was
his
so big like
if
a
you look
year
at his
ago.
numbers, yeah, it was like 48 mil like streams or monthly listeners or whatever. And then like this year it dropped down to like just 1 million, like if that.
Yeah, it's crazy because like so many people were just like, DaBaby kind of sounds the same in all of these, and they're like, haha, yeah, and then after a
We've
while they're
been
like, wait a
saying
minute,
that.
and they're like, wait a minute.
Didn't he
And
also
then
do
he-
something though? Wasn't there a controversy that was?
Yeah,
going
at that
on?
one
Multiple,
concert.
what do you mean?
At that one,
I don't fucking
yeah,
follow.
the-
I don't even
the-
know what this guy looks like. I'll be honest. I don't fucking
He
follow
got-
this shit.
like the biggest like
Cranium.
yeah, the big ass head. Yeah.
The
Yeah,
baby
I don't know what this guy looks
the big
like.
baby.
I feel like Nick when we were trying to describe Ansel Elgort.
Yeah, no,
I
he
was so lost.
I'm like big ass forehead, baby.
Yeah, no, at one of his concerts, he was going on some weird tangent about saying, like,
Wasn't he being
gay people
homophobic?
caused AIDS, yeah? And
Yeah.
was like, you know, nothing against my gay fans, but, like, you know, I don't F with those AIDS and shit. And, like, everybody was like, excuse me?
You didn't have to
What?
say that.
Yeah. And he was like,
Whenever anyone starts a sentence by not to blah blah blah, you're like, oh great. Here we
yeah.
go.
Well, I
no, he's
remember he was like at a concert and he's like, "Shout out to everyone except the people that caused AIDS" or something like that.
like, yeah.
What the
It's
And then
on
he's
video. It's literally on
Yeah,
video.
yeah, it's
that,
on video.
yeah,
That was
yeah.
the start of it. Ever since then, the downfall happened.
Yeah,
Like,
and then
Wow.
Dua Lipa,
He
like,
got-
was like, she had a big song with him at the time, and she was like, you know what, I want him taken out of, like, when the song is on the radio, I want his verse taken out or
Good.
whatever. His feature, Dua Lipa with the baby. That's actually what
I
he
don't know
sings
who
in the
either of
song.
these people are.
Here, check your phone. I sent you a quick picture.
Oh great. Oh no.
I
Wait,
sent you a
of the
quick-
baby?
It's gonna be an unedited photo of him.
You idiot.
Let's go. The car.
go.
I knew it was gonna be the car with this dimple and, like, the teeth hanging out.
It's just regular teeth. What the fuck?
The
His
baby-
teeth are big.
It's the
Don't
baby
lie.
mobile.
The baby has a big ass smile and you know it.
Dude, stop. What are you talking? Stop. I'm fine for
Anyways,
saying fuck people for the choices they made, but don't make fun of physical stuff. That's
No,
too far.
I can. I'm gonna make fun of the baby's big head and I don't care.
Okay, well.
Anyways, he also was in, like, a feature with Lil Nas X, and he straight up says, like, I like women in it because Lil Nas X is like gay, and I'm like, did he really have to add like? He's like, that's right. I sleep with women, not men. Then like that's like what the verse is. I swear that's the line. Have you ever seen the Boondocks?
No, the show,
so
like
funny.
the cartoon show.
Yeah. There's this episode where there's like there's a rapper, and he's like, do the homie, and the guys are just like in front of each other, like basically like air humping each other, and then like the grandpa's like, this shit kind of gay, and then he's like, no, he's the hardest rapper in the game, Grandpa.
Is this the one that's like, I apologize for my outburst? There's a part where some old guy says something, I don't know, homophobic or racist. Yeah, something about Obama, and this guy's like, hey, you ain't too old to get raped, motherfucker. And he's like, I apologize for my outburst.
Oh yeah. You should watch that show. It has like really funny commentary on like real stuff. Like,
if you're recommending it to me, I probably shouldn't watch it.
Hey,
probably filled with sexism. There'll be no feet in there if she likes it.
Ah, drats.
Dadgummit, nothing to eat.
Dadgummit.
That's the worst sentence you've said. And you talk about people dying.
Hey, when did I talk about people dying?
Hey, when did I talk
what do you
about
mean?
Yeah, I forgot. Sorry.
You're just so nonchalant about it that he's like, what about it?
I mean, it's the
What
second
about
time it's
it?
happened. I'm just kidding.
What about it?
Hey, Nick, how was your Thanksgiving?
A video was stolen from me.
Oh yeah.
Wait, what?
The TikTok thing, remember?
Oh, that happened Thanksgiving
That happened
Day?
on Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
That sucks. Yeah, that sucks, dude. Yeah, it's worse when it's not a bot account, because at least when it happened to me, I mean, they copied 50 of my videos and gained 18,000 followers, but like it stopped and he moved on to someone else versus like that's just a meme page.
Yeah, no.
He can just keep going with it.
Yeah, no, our friend.
He gave me permission.
Friend, yeah, no, our mutual friend sent it in our group chat, and I went to go check it out, and his video got more traction and more likes than mine, and I was like,
You're kidding.
Yeah, no,
sucks.
his got 900 and something 100,000. 900 and something thousand.
His did
views.
almost 1 million likes. Oh,
no, views.
I mean, still, that's huge.
Yeah, but it's still like almost 1 million. And I was like, whoa.
Jeez.
And so like people are commenting like, oh, let me download it. Oh, this is great. Oh, dude's laugh is contagious. And so I'm like trying to reply to all of them, being like, oh, that's.
And you're like, that's me, guys. I swear.
And then the guy started beefing with me, and he's like, actually, this is from Instagram. You're just sad that your version didn't upload, and it got like, you're just upset you didn't get more traction. And I'm like, I'm literally in the video, and he's like, I asked the original creator if I could post it, and he said, yeah, yours is fake. You got that from Instagram.
This guy's a jackass. He only had like 1,000 followers.
I can't believe he actually said that, though.
And I'm like, dude, I'm in the video.
You're like, that's my face.
This is the shirt I'm wearing in the video.
This
is the hat. What do you mean?
Yeah, I can believe it. See, this is why you need to make more things and be bigger so more people recognize you.
I know. But like, so I did the copyright thing, but the copyright thing freaked me out because it's straight up saying like, we could
I'll do it.
Oh, I already did it, but they're like,
okay, good.
We're sending.
That was really weird that they say that. They're
yeah,
like,
no, it's not.
Your address might be shared.
No, because Instagram does it too.
You don't find that weird?
No, I mean Instagram does the same thing. I have to give
like,
my address for Instagram.
We might share your contact information and your personal information with the person, and I'm like, if he's like genuinely like upset that I took this video, like,
wait, I thought you meant like they're not going to share it with the person.
Well, that's what it says. Like that's what the little pop-up says. Yeah,
it says like we may share
your contact info and your personal information
with
yeah.
You mean
your address
with TikTok?
No, with the user.
No, it said with the copyright infringer.
Yeah.
Hey, this guy says that you stole his video.
Here's his home address and his phone number and his full legal name and.
Yeah, I was like.
Here's his social security number.
I was like,
I'll have to look into that. That doesn't make any sense.
What's trying to cooking up here?
Dude, I have a friend that she has like 150, 200,000 followers. She logged out of her account and logged back in. To like, she wanted to get the voice filter effects, right? Well, she logged out, couldn't log back in because that account was attached to a cell phone number that she had like deactivated and moved on from a while ago, and it wouldn't let her back in. So she's shut out forever from that, basically.
What the heck?
She talked to, I tried to help. I tried to ask people, I was like, has this happened to anyone else?
There has to be something you can
You would think
do
that,
about
right?
it, right?
You would think that, right? Well, so, she did, she cares about it more than any of us, obviously, so she was doing all this stuff.
Yeah.
Well, so basically she found out from TikTok Legal got back to her, which is great. I gave her this email, and they responded. Crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And they basically said you need to go talk to your provider and have them reactivate the phone number under your plan if it's not already taken by someone else. So, like, basically, but she doesn't own the number anymore. So, like, she has to basically find, she's trying to have T-Mobile, activate the phone number again and, like, get it from, so she's basically just like, I guess I've lost it now. And that is this. I would be distraught if that happened to me. I would be
that feels so
upset.
Stupid. Like it's an account.
It's so sad. It's so
that
dumb. It's just an
can't
account
just,
login. Like as long as they
That's what I'm
verify
saying.
her identity, who gives
Yeah,
a shit?
exactly.
And this
That's
is when it
dumb.
sucks when you're not verified on anything because like they just don't care. Like
How much do you need for verification? How many followers do you know?
It's not followers. It's so TikTok kind of follows.
You have to pay $8 a month.
No, so TikTok follows what everyone else does. So that's why I'm trying to get verified on Instagram so that I can get verified on TikTok because you basically.
Will they look at that? Will they take that into consideration?
Yeah, because it's not followers and there's no submittal for TikTok. They just kind of keep track of this shit, I guess. But it's like Instagram. Pretty much anywhere to get verified. It's not followers. It's media. You need at least 2 articles that talk about you specifically. And I just had my second article, so I'm like,
wait, really?
That would be cool.
That means I'm qualified.
You had 2 articles written about you?
Yeah.
So on Instagram, submit. There's a whole submittal. I'll show you where it is. There's a submittal for verification, and you can link the pages. I don't know if it'll work. So like, I didn't get verified yet. Obviously, I'm going to resubmit and see. But I meet pretty much most of the qualifications that people need because there are verified people on Instagram with 1,000 followers, but they're like a band member and some whatever,
Oh,
so it's
okay,
It's
yeah.
just
that
confirming
hard.
that you're like a real person.
Yeah, but there are people like I've got a friend on TikTok. She's got 11 million TikTok followers, and she's not verified on TikTok. They haven't verified her yet. This is the bullshit with that,
I didn't know.
And then some people are verified on TikTok because if you transferred over from what was the lip syncing app that it was before?
Musically?
Yeah, if you were on Musically and you immediately transferred your account over, they verified you. So there are
Really?
people
No
with
matter
like
who?
1,000 followers. Yeah, that
There's
are
like the
just
little
verified. Yeah, it kind of sucks.
Guess should have got on that. The lip syncing app.
You didn't lip sync to music that wasn't yours? We're not gonna make you verify. Like, all right.
Oh.
Anywho, I forget what we were talking about. Your Thanksgiving. Someone stole the video. Yep.
Yeah, no, and the guy's fighting with me saying, like, no, that's not you. No, I got it from some guy. He gave me permission. But I'm literally in the video, so. Oh, well.
TikTok goes back and forth on, like, because there's so many creative trends that are funny, but there are a bunch of people that copy and, like, people just kind of understand. And then sometimes it goes completely opposite direction. Like, I think I showed you, there was a video I had, very basic joke that was, like, the first thought that came to my brain. I didn't see anyone else that did it. I checked the sound. And I posted it. Apparently some guy had already done it several days earlier, posted it and like deleted it and I don't know what happened because I didn't fucking see it. And my videos stay in drafts for like weeks anyway. Mm-hmm. So he was like, he was pissed. He made a video and his video gained traction.
Yeah.
And his video gained traction. So I had people calling me out and I was like, but dude, if you went to his comments in his video that he posted to his account, all the comments were backing me up. They didn't even follow me, these people. I was like, dude,
bro, it's a basic ass
joke.
Is
awesome.
You're commenting
Literally,
on
the comments.
astrology.
It's a basic.
You're like,
comments.
the Cancer astrology sign and Cancer the diagnosis.
Yeah.
And then the guy's like, you stole my joke, and I'm like, bro, please.
Crazy though that like I expected all of his comments to be like, yeah, what an asshole, but all of them were like, nah, I'm gonna go with him on this. Well, and a bunch of them were like, yeah, but he did it funnier, and I was like,
yeah, a lot of people said the delivery was better either because he was lazy with his. I'm not trying to be mean, but like he tried. I don't know, whatever.
Yeah, he's not hot like me.
You're like, you know what it takes to be famous on TikTok? It's these baby blues right here. Woo!
Well, then I sent him a whole thing because I sent him a whole message because I was like, I want him to understand. I didn't send him anything like mean. I just was like, hey, just want to let you know what happened.
Not funny.
Hey man, just want to let you know, you're not funny, so shut the fuck up.
So give it up. Give it up.
No. So
already.
I sent him a really long thought out message. I was basically like, hey, I've been there. I've had people take my stuff. I know the way that feels and that sucks. There's no reason you need to believe me, but I genuinely didn't see your video before I posted it. It seemed kind of basic to me. I was just having fun with it. Sorry that made you feel that way. He responded, and I screenshotted the notification, but by the time I went in there, he had deleted it and then made another video clowning me. But the screenshot that I got was him apologizing to me back, so I've got that somewhere. He was like, yeah, man, I overreacted. Or I forget what he said, but I mean, he was basically like agreeing with me, but then he was like, never mind, fuck this guy. I was like, okay.
He probably got one comment that was like, hey, yeah, that guy stole your stuff. And he was like, you know what?
Yeah.
I'm going to make more content about this.
Exactly.
He starts shaking.
No, that sucks that happened.
Look at this shirt my
over
friend
the
got
Halloween, over Thanksgiving. The Adam Driver shirt. Yeah, I saw that.
I'm so mad at you, dude. I'm gonna spoil like your gift. I bought that for you like 3 days ago, and I gotta return it.
Bruh!
I told you just take 2. One to wear and one to masturbate with.
You know, what?
Yeah, Daniel's like,
right?
Oh?
Daniel's just like, she could use 2, and I'm like,
She could use 2.
Should I wear them both at the same time? One is pants and one is shirt.
One is pants.
There has to be an Adam Driver butt plug out there, right? I mean,
I don't want it.
I'm not buying her.
I'm the worst person to give that to, dude.
okay, now I'm interested. Why?
You're
I don't
interested
have an ass.
Why? I just told you that my ass has been like leaking water.
Oh, yeah.
That's
why you need the plug. It's a
solution.
solution, you dummy.
Oh, cork it up.
Daniel, go buy her one.
I'll just get it from my stash. Used.
Go, God.
My Thanksgiving was great.
Oh.
Thank you for asking.
Yeah.
Butt plugs to my Thanksgiving. The opposite of butt plugs.
Oh, that's good, I guess.
That was bad.
Yeah, I was like, oh.
I
no
need to stop
family
talking.
butt plug
Reminded
time?
you of Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving.
Oh, yes. Thanksgiving
my
at the
ass filled
Pequeno
with
house.
plastic. No, so Thanksgiving was fine. Friendsgiving, I had a little bit of a story of just me being a fucking moron. So this group that I'm meeting people in St. Louis now. They were having a Friendsgiving. I was like, cool. I got it was like whoever started it was like a calendarly notification, whatever fucking thing where you like automatically add it to your calendar. I don't know if I was in a different time zone at the time because I was traveling. I didn't think Arkansas was in a different time zone. Whatever. It was on my calendar. I didn't manually add it, but it said it started at 7:30. And I was like, cool, I'll be ready. I made food for it. I made a casserole. I made corn casserole. The best thing you can have at Thanksgiving.
Oh, yeah.
So good. Anyway, and so I'm on my way to this thing, and I'm already a half hour late. I couldn't have gotten there any earlier. I was already half hour late to this. I'm driving, and I'm like, 7:30 is kind of late for dinner, isn't it? Like,
to start.
That's kind of odd. And so I get there. First of all, this is the third house I've been to connected to like this group of people. Dude, the house, it was even bigger than the last 2 I've been to. These people are human trafficking. I don't know, something. Dude, the house is huge. I feel so poor at all these places. Anyway, so I walk up there. I walk up this giant-ass fucking driveway that's like a mile long. Servants along the way and shit. I get up there holding my dumbass casserole.
What's the password?
I get up there holding my dumbass casserole, knock on the door, and they were like, oh, hey, Daniel, whatever.
Do you have any peas?
Who's got the peas?
Who's got the eggs? You're not gonna eat those.
I bring a 9x13 pan full of just cold peas.
Yeah,
like, where can I put these?
Yeah, like the 1950s food where they have like that like hard-boiled egg inside and the peas and like the hot dog inside the thing of Jello.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate the Jello food.
That seems like something Daniel would eat.
I probably would.
He eats all the contents of it. It just puts it all together, makes it easier, makes it faster.
It's all going to the same place.
Exactly. I was like,
that's how I talk.
Yeah, I was like, doesn't he say it's about the efficiency? That's why he eats those things?
No,
all right, put it all together.
No.
Blender.
Peas are cheap. Peas, a bag of peas gets me 3 days of peas, and it's $1. That's 33 cents to me.
Holy moly.
I'm hoping to pay off my siblings' college, okay? Anyway, I walk into this party, my dumbass, the new guy, holding a fucking casserole, like, I made you guys food. I get in there and everything, and then I see Chelsea, who's like my friend of mine that's like my safe space and all this. Like, she's the one of 5 people I know at this thing. Or 10. I mean, there was a lot of people. And so I'm like, hey, when did this start? And she was like, Daniel, this started at 6:30. And I was like, what?
So you got there at 8?
I got there at like 8:15. And so, but here's the deal. Before I even knew that, I walk in and like everything's making sense now. And we were laughing about it because I'm like, I walk in with this casserole. Most of the food's gone. The parents were like cleaning up. They're like, we had more left over than I thought. And I was like, well, guys, it's only been half an hour. Like, I'm just a fucking moron. So I'm like the only one eating while like things are going on. But like, thankfully, there were people that I'm talking with and stuff.
Like
and I was
wiping
like,
the table down.
Literally, they were cleaning the fuck up as I was getting there, and I was like, "Well, guys, it's been pretty quick." And people were leaving. And I was like, "The night's young." I'm just this idiot. Like 7:30.
Come on, guys, try the corn casserole.
Same thing happened at my
Try the
Thanksgiving.
casserole.
I came late,
stupid.
but I was sick. I was having issues. I felt
Dude,
so
you're
bad though
fine. You're fine.
because I was the one like who suggested Friendsgiving, and then we're like, well,
Oh,
we
you're
need
not
a place...
fine. You're a loot. How dare you?
Yeah. And I was like, well, we need a place to do it, and then it was like the guy lives like right in my neighborhood, and then I voluntold him. You know, like I was, well, we gotta have it at your house, right? And then he's like, all right, we'll do it at 6. And then I don't show up until like almost 10 o'clock. I told you I was sick. I was having issues.
Okay,
when
but,
I was on time.
okay, but 4
Yeah.
hours.
I mean, you did tell him, right? That
No,
you
I
were gonna
told
be
them.
late.
And like I finished, like I was in charge of veggies and the salad, and like I already had the food ready, and I was like,
you walk in, and they're like, "Boo!"
yeah. I'll show you the picture. Somebody took a picture of me walking in, and they're like, this bitch finally showed up. I was
That's
like,
terrible.
God damn it.
That's terrible. Aw,
Yeah, but-
especially when you were sick. That's mean.
Oh, they didn't know. Only some people do. But like, you know what they were doing when I walked in? I opened the door, and they were fucking paying Beyblades. They were just like, let them rip, and they were just like going really.
And they were
hard.
still mad that you were late to Beyblades. They were like,
they weren't-
this
they weren't
bitch
mad
showing
at me.
up 4 hours late to Beyblades.
No, they weren't mad at me. They weren't mad at me. They were joking.
Dude, I want to
They
go
were-
to that Friendsgiving. What the
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
My friend has not only one Beyblade arena, he had 2, and they were both going, and he had a shit ton of Beyblades, and everybody's just like, let him rip. When I walked in, and I was like, I should have recorded it. Like, when I walked in, I was just like, what the hell is happening? And it's just like a crowd of people around the Beyblade tournament. But like, I had this nice ass salad I made, super huge, because there's like a lot of us, you know, and so I was like, why did
comically
you...
large bowl of salad?
I was like,
Just gripping this thing. Just this short
Yeah, I was-
5-foot girl, like,
yeah, exactly. Bro, I was so mad because like I called and
you
I was
had
like,
to have the big salad. Sorry.
yeah. I was like, can I have my brother drop off the salad? And then like my friend who answered was drunk and was like, no, you're fine. Take your time. And, like every time I asked, and then I show up
There's
and like
so
all
much
the
salad.
all the food is gone, and it's just like I bring this giant thing.
Come on,
of salad.
guys,
Luckily,
eat your salad.
yeah.
Good
I
way to
mean,
end a drunk night of food is salad.
Yeah, you know, like there's like Cheesecake Factory
Does it have
cheesecake
peas in
there.
it?
Yeah, and they're like salad. Yeah, I was like, I can't believe
I
this.
kick in the
Yeah,
windows.
but-
I'm like, did someone say salad? How'd you get here? Don't you live halfway across the country?
I ran.
I smelled them and I ran. I ran towards the smell. It was strong. This is the biggest salad in the tri-state area.
Yeah,
Boy, do
I
I
finally
love
got to,
0 calories. Do I love just chomping my gums with nothing, getting nothing from it, getting no nutrition at all.
Bland.
Dirt
I made a
things.
fall harvest salad. Okay, it was tasty.
Okay, what was in your fall harvest? Because I'm not
Oh, it
educated
was-
on salad types.
It was like I had some apple pieces in there, some like what do you call it, roasted pear. I had
put fruits in the
pomegranate
salad?
seed. I had pomegranate seeds.
Oh, peach in my almond joy.
Spinach, just like romaine lettuce. I made like a balsamic, like pomegranate dressing,
Wow, you
and
went
then
all out
I
on this thing.
used vegan feta. cheese.
Wow. Okay, so this was a good.
Plastic.
Wow.
I'm kidding.
Oh, so
It
you really
was-
did go
it
to a
was
lot of
good.
trouble. That's too bad. I would have bought four bags of iceberg and
Call it a day.
bag of great value cheddar cheese and oyster crackers.
My friend made a charcuterie board, and she
You
had
don't put
like,
cheese on your salad?
No.
Wait, what? You don't? Do people not do that?
No.
Cheese goes on salad.
Like a
I normally
Caesar
only
salad.
put like blue cheese or like
Regular salad, like a house salad.
No.
You
I
guys
don't
are
normally put
joking
cheese
with me
on it.
right now.
I don't put cheddar cheese on my salad.
I don't put cheddar
What
cheese
is
on
going
my
on?
salad.
What is going on? Where
Daniel never talks to us again.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, I put
I'm
sometimes. Well, when I could have cheese, like
Daniel,
I put.
hold on. Daniel's like, you don't put 12 eggs in your salad?
Yeah, eggs go in salad.
Chef salad.
Yeah, half of one.
Yeah.
Not like
One
hard-boiled
egg.
eggs.
Yeah, half of
Daniel's
one.
like
or a full
hard-boiled
if
eggs.
you're
You know.
doing it.
You know. You know how they are.
You don't put 4 eggs in your salad. Just kidding.
Daniel's like, I put salad on my eggs. One piece of lettuce.
I have a
actually.
four leaves of iceberg lettuce next to my hard-boiled eggs.
I just skip the salad and go straight. I just make eggs. Why eat salad when I can fill it with eggs? Goodness, the waste of stomach space. There could be eggs in there, but instead there's leaves.
That's so horrendous, dude.
Oh, come on. Every time someone's used the word horrendous on this podcast, it's been with something I've said. Do you know how much shit that she's said?
I just no. But yours is like excusable because it's like it's just something like okay, poop. It's poop. But with you, you're just straight up like you have so much stomach space that could be filled up with eggs.
That could
What?
be filled up with cotton balls.
That could be filled up with my uncle's fingernails.
Oh God.
It's just like a sentence I've never heard. It gives me whiplash.
I'm sorry.
It's not a bad thing. It's funny. Stop.
You can put like Parmesan on like the Italian type of salads.
Cheddar cheese.
Don't they do that at?
I've never even
okay.
heard the word. Oh,
I'm trying.
Parmesan.
I'm trying to
Parmesan.
defend you, man.
I think
Yeah,
you said
Parmesan.
I think she said Farmazon, and I'm like, I don't know what that is.
The farm is on.
I think I was saying it with like the Italian accent on accident.
Parmesan cheese.
Oh, sorry. It was just slipped into my Italian there.
Yeah, no, I mean,
It's
I've had-
it's,
I
a,
got
it's
that.
an Italian word.
Okay, dude. You're telling me
sorry.
you're telling me Parmesan is Italian.
people.
Bull. This is not my account is not an Italian safe
Ah,
space.
great. Now we're being racist against the Italians.
Yeah, Italians. What else? You can put mozzarella on like a caprese.
We really gotta move on from the salad topic. We're
I'm
killing
trying to defend you and your cheese. Please.
American cheese on a salad. Now that's disgusting.
Just a square slice.
I know,
Slap
right?
on top
I was
of the
like,
plate.
So hard that the lettuce like.
Wait, have you seen that video?
You want
There's a
some
guy,
cheese with your salad?
there was a guy filming his Thanksgiving, and the lady walks in, and she's like, "Where do you want these hot dogs?" And she literally has
Oh,
just
yeah.
a tub of hot dogs that are boiled.
Yeah.
Yeah. In my pocket is where I want
The
them.
average American Thanksgiving.
Dude,
Oh, yes.
I had a friend visit, so I was like, what do normal people eat? So I bought like some burgers and some hot dogs. We were gonna put them
For
on the grill.
Thanksgiving?
No, a couple weeks before.
Like, what?
Yeah, I was
What
like,
do normal people eat for Thanksgiving? Hot dogs.
Costco pizza.
Parmesan.
Foot
On
long,
its own.
foot-long hot dogs and Parmesan cheese. What?
Beef franks on rye with American cheese slab square. The British listeners are like, go on.
come on.
Sounds scrumptious, innit?
So you're telling me it's the best fucking meal you ever heard of?
Mushy peas.
Our UK listeners, we get to number 3 country now.
Woohoo! This
Anyway.
is gonna become a cooking podcast.
Oh,
Dude,
I'd rather
we should
die.
make a video.
I'd rather
we should-
fucking kill
we should
myself.
make a video
Holy
where
shit.
we try to cook. We have.
The other thing that happened to me, it was not as much funny as I thought it was cool. But so I told you guys I won those raffle tickets to that comedy night, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, one of those things fucking last ass minute. I didn't know what these things were. They were basically box tickets to Fox Theater in St. Louis, which if you've never been, I mean, Nick, if you ever visit, we got to find a show in Fox because it is gorgeous, this place.
Yeah,
but so I thought it was just going to be like a regular ass theater. Anyway, so we have a private parking pass to a private lot at this place with a private entrance. And they have private security there for us, and we're already like right in the theater. Chauffeur. We're on another floor. We skip all the lines and shit. I was like, I'm nervous because it's kind of dark, and I'm like, I'm not dressed well enough for this. We're not rich.
It's a comedy show. How well do you have
impressed.
to dress?
Dude, people were dressed up to the nines.
For a comedy show?
Yeah, dude. Well, we were in the box seats.
Yeah, I was gonna say, anytime there's like people in fancy theaters, always these rich fancy people, guys always want to dress in suits and the women always want to wear like gowns. Like, that's always how it is.
It's like you're seeing George Lopez, dude. Like, relax.
Well, okay. I mean, and so it was Mike Epps and Ricky Smiley. And I'd seen Mike Epps in a bunch of movies. I'd just never seen his comedy. I looked him up on YouTube before, and I wasn't like super impressed. The show was the best show I've ever been to. Holy shit. Such a great fucking experience. But yeah, no, I mean, we were literally in box seats surrounded by people in like trench coats and fedoras and like...
Incels.
I should not be here right now. Good day. Why is he Australian? Well, and he was even... Okay, so yeah, so let me go. So anyway, so we get in the private entrance. We're on our own private floor of this place. We're like, what the fuck? We have a bar and a diner spot open, and the diner thing had just closed because we were kind of late. And so we were like, hey, can we still get drinks at the bar? And she was like, well, you can just order them at your seat, you know. And I was like, no, I don't know. What?
They bring them to you?
So people, each box seat like group has a fucking waiter that comes over and gets you food.
Shirley Temple, sir.
And yeah, so we ordered
bottled
food.
Water.
We ordered food. They brought it for us. The food was fucking delicious. I mean, I was in pain that night, but it was delicious.
I got 4 eggs. Sorry.
You got any hard-boiled eggs? Why is this one white guy in here British? This is fucking bullshit. No. I got like a bacon burger and like fries. Like I ate what normal people eat, and I died later that night. But it was worth it.
But it was worth it,
dude. It was worth it. It was so good. Oh my gosh. Anyway, I mean, so in the show, it was full. It was loud. They had like usually the opening people suck, right? So a guy came out and he was talking for like 10 minutes. He was really good, and I was like, wow, okay. He was just the announcer that works at Fox. The actual first guy comes up, and he goes for 40 minutes.
He wasn't supposed to be funny at all, but like everybody's like,
he was hilarious. He was hilarious. And so then the actual like starter comes on. He talks for 40 minutes, and he was fucking hysterical. And then he gets off. The Mike Epps comes on finally, and he goes for like 2 hours. The whole night is like 3 hours long. And then when Mike Epps is done at the end, all 3 of them come on the stage, and they're basically walking in a circle, like just roasting each other. And it was fucking hysterical. It was such a great show. And everybody, it was the happiest show I've ever been to. Like, just, I don't know if it was because it was box seats and rich laugh or what. I don't know. But I mean, no, I mean, it just felt so good to hear people laugh as hard as possible. I have not heard people laugh like that. It's the laugh of someone that's just like they've grown up with Mike Epps, and like, I mean, it was just someone where like they knew some bits that we didn't know. I mean, like everybody was having such a good time.
Yeah, no,
such a great show.
Yeah, I went to David Bowie's show the other day. Like behind us was like a little old man, right? Like he's probably like 80, and halfway through the show he was like, this has been the greatest concert I've ever been to, because it was like his favorite artist. And everybody was doing like David Bowie tribute stuff, you know, like all just like covers. And it was
so sweet.
It was really good. And the old man was like, this is like everybody's just so like happy up there, and they're all doing their own styles. Like this one artist,
I'm wondering how the story's gonna turn. There's always
no. They were.
Then he died.
There was this one artist that was like crazy good. They were blind, and like my brother was like, "Oh, what's happening?" Because like, you know, they announced the person and they didn't come out immediately, and I was like, "Oh, this artist is blind." And he's like, old, but like they were crazy good. And like the old man was
Good reaction to have.
the old man was just like, oh my god, like all of these artists are doing like their own like versions of all these songs, like it's so good, bro. And like he's like, the band is so good, and then like
Did you
so,
just
like,
make fun of him? He was like, the band is so good.
no. So
You know
then,
how
like,
old people are.
so then they get to like the final like the song right before the finale where like she's out there like dancing, like some people are performing on the stage and stuff, so like everybody's like on their feet and like dancing, and then like she starts coming down the aisle, and like we turn around to see the old man's reaction because she's like right next to him, and he's like fully asleep, fully sleeping, and people, it's just super loud, and she's right next to him, and like his kids,
She's
they don't
singing
do anything.
into his throat.
Yeah, like they don't do anything to wake him up or anything. Yeah, like they're just letting the old man sit there, and I'm like, oh,
He got
bruh.
tired. Let him take a
This
snooze.
is
Yeah, I
the
was gonna
first
say-
time he slept since Nam. We should
Yeah, I
let
was
him
gonna say-
fly.
At that point, it was like 10:30, you know, or whatever. So I was
It's
like,
bedtime,
it's
dude.
bedtime.
What a guy. That must
Yeah.
be the best sleep he's ever had. He literally was like, this is the best moment of my life.
And he's like, yeah, and I was like,
I'm
oh
going to
my
end
God.
it now.
Little old man. My
feel
life
that.
for now.
I feel... No, not the life. I meant like cap them up. Jeez.
What? I thought that's what you were saying.
She's not talking to you,
Goodbye,
everyone
cruel
listening.
world.
This is the greatest moment of my life.
Oh my God.
No one can hear it because they're playing like a sick drum solo.
It just goes along with the... He's shooting with the tune of the drums. He's like...
What kind of snare was that?
This is
It's like
terrible.
that video I sent you guys where the person like had the gun and they were playing it like to the song, like the
Oh,
death
yeah,
metal
yeah.
song. I was like,
Oh,
what?
I thought you meant the cup song.
It was
Or
what?
the one's like...
Oh, bang bang.
You're gonna say
No,
that's hilarious.
Yeah, and then and so then like the girl is dancing there and singing, and everybody is standing in the area except like my friend and my brother because they wanted to stay seated so the old man could see, right? But at this point the artist is already standing
She calls him
right
out.
next to us.
These
Yeah,
two
yeah.
idiots not standing up.
Yeah,
Wake
exactly.
up! Wake up!
Yeah, and it's like, why did you have to stop right there, right directly behind them?
That's really
so, like,
cool.
in the aisle, right where the old man is, and so like they kept turning around to see the artist, and like they thought she was gonna just keep dancing around, you know, like the whole theater, and nope, she was just staying there singing. And so like every time they turned around, like they would like immediately turn forward because they're like, oh God, we're the only ones seated, we look like assholes. And I was like, why aren't you guys standing? And they're like, it's too late now it's gonna be awkward, she's gonna see us. And I was like, bruh, what the fuck? What's wrong with you guys? It was fun though. It was good. It was a
That's
good
good.
show.
Yeah, it's nice that you have a good memory for once. That's nice.
The first
Now don't
good
don't
memory
have any
from
more
life.
memories. You should probably end your life now.
No, stop.
We were just talking about this. I'm joking, obviously, but you know, I felt that way at the Friendsgiving because I don't even remember the stuff I said, but like I came in like late, but like I made like I don't know. I'm not usually good with like ad lib stuff, but I was like on fire. People were laughing. Everyone was having a great time. And I went home that night and I was like, that was the best night with people, like random people I've had in a long time. I'm just gonna end it now.
Oh my God,
Just
no.
cap it off. I've had the
key
best
is
one.
to,
I don't mean
be
my
around-
life. I meant like never go out again.
Oh.
Because I'll be
you
dead.
You need more context because you just keep
Yeah,
saying
you,
that.
yeah, you keep
you
saying
use
that.
end
Am I
it
just
now
that
for way
depressed that you
too
guys are
many
like,
things.
stop, don't kill
Yes,
yourself?
yes. You
Oh,
say I'm
yeah,
gonna end
okay.
it now for way too many things. That's too
I
broad.
do not.
We're always like, oh, here it comes.
Is he actually
Could be any
dead
day
this
now.
time? I
Any day
swear.
now.
He's gonna see it.
Oh my God. No, yeah, this girl, she started like rapping all of the words to like the real Slim Shady or whatever.
What are we talking
and like
about?
and I was like, wait, what? And no, it was just like that.
Oh, we
right
were just on Illinois.
right in the middle. Well, she's the one from Chicago.
Oh, okay.
So she
She's
started
a
to, like,
rapper.
Yeah, she just started
She's
rapping.
Eminem.
Yeah, and I was
He's
like,
from
Detroit. Shut up.
no, like she was like, time for my party trick, and then she started like just rapping all the words to Eminem songs.
That's
and like
such
I
a
was
white
like,
thing to say. That
no,
sounds
no,
embarrassing.
That's the thing. I was like, huh? Why is she doing this? And then she's like, well, and then like my friend, he was like, cause she grew up in the South and she's racist. And then she was like, no. And then she's like, but I did grow up in the South. And then she's like, and these older girls, like,
No, I grew up in the North.
yeah, no, yeah.
But I am racist, so.
Yeah, no, it was like these older black girls would bully me into saying the N-word. Like, we were rapping with songs and I would just not say it along with the song, and they were like, say it, little bitch. And like she was like, ah! And she's like, yeah, I got bullied into saying the N-word. And then she's like,
no one asked.
And she's like,
she's
so?
already making excuse. No, you literally just asked her was she a Southern, and she was like, I was bullied into saying the N. Whoa,
No,
whoa.
it's because
Huh?
her boyfriend was teasing her about it. Because he already knew about it, but that was why.
Sounds
that was
racist.
That was why she was only singing Eminem, because she's like, I gotta listen to some rapper who don't
Safe.
say it. Yeah, exactly.
Vanilla Ice.
Yeah, exactly.
Eminem only says homophobic slurs. I can deal with
Yeah.
that.
Phew.
Oh, thank goodness.
Thank goodness.
Got cock in the dock of the back.
This is my kind of shit.
Yeah.
That's an awfully hot coffee pot. Yo, he's spitting.
Yo, those words are like going out fast, man. Should
Oh
we
yeah.
read Patreon notes?
No, I was
Yeah.
like, wait. Speaking of racist.
It's not gonna get any better.
Did
Oh,
you guys see on my story when
Cut her
I when there was
Stop.
the drawing? There was the drawing of the stick figure on Thanksgiving. Like we were playing Pictionary, and then I was like, oh, let's go on this website and do like Thanksgiving themed words. And then my mom, like, she got the word Native American, and she just drew a stick figure, and it was like not a very like good depiction, you know. It was just like the most basic, crude depiction, right? And then we were like, and my mom was like, say what you think I'm drawing right now. And we're like, is it a Native American? And she's like, yes. And then my brother was like, but Mom, why'd you grab the red pen? And I was like, ah! She literally had the blue and black one in front of her, and I was like, Mom, why? That is all. Happy Thanksgiving.
Oh my god.
Okay, so I did get it out a couple days ahead of time this time. We are missing one, but they'll get it next week. So let's start with C-Clan. Oh my sweet holy Moses, that is a lot. Pequeno, when I asked you for an embarrassing story, I didn't expect you to actually tell a real childhood story about bullying. I thought you would tell a lighthearted story about farting in front of your crush, pushing a relative down the stairs, or being called out as racist, sexist, or homophobic online, with you not being able to refute it because you actually are those things. I didn't expect you to say anything real. Now I feel bad. To even it out, I'll tell you an embarrassing story from my childhood. It's not a super embarrassing story, but Julianna thinks it's funny, so I'll choose this one. When I was in 7th grade, I had a massive crush on this really quiet girl. I'm worried. We both were in science and state history together, and we would always sit together and talk and all that gobbledygook. I had heard through the grapevine that she had a crush on me too, so this got my ego huge. After I got confirmation that she was into me, I started laying it on a bit thick. I thought I'd be able to Mac for free. Later on, we had to pair up for a project in state history where we made a detailed map of Washington State. That class was so cool. I learned a lot in that class. Ask me anything about Washington State history, and I'll be able to answer it. I'm serious. Ask me a question, and by the next podcast, I'll have an answer for you in my note. I promise I won't use Google. I learned so much in that class that I won't have to use Google, so the answer I type for you is going to be from my fucking noggin and not Google, okay? We decided to pair up for it. We didn't know where to start, so we kind of just started bullshitting. After a few minutes, we agreed that we should actually get started, and then she asked me what she should do. Now, at this point in my life, I was a huge fan of Critical and his style of humor. In one of the videos I had recently watched, he said something like Nike says, just do me. So that's what I do. I have sex with myself. Now, he had a deep voice, and mine was still crackling and all that from being 12 years old. When she asked me what she should do, I said my best impression of Critical, like Nike says, just do me, fully expecting her to laugh. She did not laugh. She looked as though she thought I was a psycho. I thought I might be able to salvage it by completing the quote, because the quote made me laugh. I put the impression back on, and I say, so that's what I do. I have sex with myself. Funny enough, the fact that I left the quote unfinished wasn't the problem. From then on, we worked on and completed the project in silence. We never spoke after that. Critical can eat shit for cockblocking me when I was 12.
You know how I learned that story from them? There was an incident in the news that a mother and daughter were driving to work and somebody high on heroin drove the wrong way on the freeway and obliterated them and killed them. And when we found out who it was, my friend was like, that was the girl I told me just do me too. And I was like, what?
So they're dead. That's what you're telling me?
Yes.
All in all, though, Daniel, you don't owe us anything. You don't even owe us a good podcast. Thank God, because the ones you put out are awful, or I'd feel extra bad. We pay for the content because, in essence, we're satisfied with what you're giving us. And you'll for sure hear complaints from people, and if they have any problems with what you're doing, you don't have to be extra personal just because we pay you to be funny. Also, how often do you masturbate? You do have to answer this, though. Who would win in a fight, Optimus Prime or Maggie Simpson from The Simpsons? Keep in mind that she got hacked to death in that extremely dark claymation opening gag, and she returned the next week totally unscathed. My Twitter is at I Daniel Pequeno. I'm threatening the president. Nick, are you okay?
She died.
Don't go back. I just read a whole other part of the note.
It's terrible.
I'm worried about the fact that she felt the need
He
to share
didn't
that
even
shit.
mention that. We got that from Lively, dude.
Because why would he mention it? That's because it's dark and no one wants to fucking hear that shit.
Yeah, that was how I heard the story, and my friend was like,
You just ruined his funny story. You ruined his funny story. I have to cut this out.
No, yeah,
No. Daniel,
Why? It's so sad.
Keep it in.
Keep
I
it
hate
in.
you all so
Daniel.
much.
Yeah.
Maggie Simpson.
Yeah, moving on. Yeah, I would have to say Maggie Simpson.
She communicates via what the hell?
Is this the one with the suck? Is this the one with the sucky thing?
Yeah, the binky suck.
The sucky thing.
Oh yeah, okay. So definitely that thing. Yeah, she would win.
That thing.
Seasons and Optimus Prime keeps like reincarnating as a different thing, and now Michael Bay has him, so Michael Bay's gonna drive him into the ground. I lost my big coat that I used to sneak food in. Like I've snuck in so many meals with that coat, and now I don't know what to do.
Meals?
No.
Yeah, like to go Red Lobster and shit.
You know, like eggs.
Red Lobster. You're eating luxuriously.
You ever? Oh. Dude, you ever hear crab legs cracking in the back of a movie theater? Smelling those cheddar cheese biscuits. These biscuits.
You really are stinking every place.
Every place you go. It smells like fish in here, bro.
Can you imagine sitting next to me in the back row and all of a sudden I'm just like...
Dude.
Oh my gosh. This is why I have no friends. So now you know why. Oh, so time to go, right? No, okay, I got a couple more notes and then we gotta go. I gotta eat.
All right.
Gotta eat fucking food. Kamikaze Jaguar says, clouds get a bad rap. They are the unsung heroes because they contain nature's purest source of water, and that's why we copied our puffy white friends to create pure, vapor-distilled smart water, trademarked. But we one up the clouds by adding electrolytes. It's a difference you can taste, unless you like the taste of stuff that comes from underground, like spring water. This message is brought to you by Smart Water. They're never sponsoring us now.
This is brought to you by Flavored Vape.
That's where I thought it was going.
My favorite.
That dude Brian has a busy work schedule, so we appreciate Brian supporting the podcast. So he said, I'd love to write a quality note or two for the next recording, but seeing as I have to jump back into corporate slavery, my notes will simply be Note 1, balls. Note 2, balls 2, electric boogaloo.
I agree.
Nice.
So, yep, that's
Nice.
that one. Isn't it always weird at a Red Lobster? Like as a kid, like they put all the lobsters in the case right before you. Like we're gonna tear them apart and eat them.
They don't tell you that. I didn't know that. I thought it was like when I was little. I thought that was a petting zoo, and I was like, well, it's just forbidden to touch them. And then when I grew up, I was like, I remember being in a Red Lobster and it hit me, and I was like,
I've been eating so many of these motherfuckers.
No,
I'm 23.
No. I never ordered lobster, but I was just sitting there and my jaw just like sunk, and I was like, wait.
Oh no!
A grown adult, dude. That didn't hit me. I was just like, this is just for show. And then, I like.
No.
I was
and then they picked one up.
I was literally in my 20s. I could literally tell you I was in my 20s, and I was sitting there. I was waiting because it was Father's Day. It was super crowded, and I'm just staring at the little tank.
Ruined Father's Day.
And I was like, "There's only 3 in here." And then I realized I'm like, "Oh," and I was like, just quiet for the rest of the meal.
Oh no! That was
Father's Day.
We really appreciate you as a. Oh. I want to go home.
I want to go home.
McDonald's is down the street.
Let's go to Mickey D's.
They don't keep chickens in a cage outside.
No, we don't use real chickens here.
Can you imagine
Don't
a
worry.
clown holding a chicken by its legs like,
And snapping its neck. Yeah.
yum. And then it tosses it in the garbage because they don't use real meat in those things.
Exactly. Yeah, I was gonna say my mom's family, they like were farmers, but she grew up like after they moved off the farm. But she had a lamb when she was little and named it Buttercup. And then for like Christmas they
Okay, you know, why did
they
you have to
had
bring in all the
Buttercup,
depressing
and
ones?
my mom was like,
why'd you have
my
to
mom
use
was
her maiden
screaming.
name?
and she was like, you guys are eating Buttercup, and then nobody wanted it after they had this nice lamb meal prepared. Nobody could eat it. They all felt too bad.
If I was the one that cooked it, I'd be pissed, but I understand.
Yeah, my grandma.
Your grandma
Yes.
did this? Was this bread grandma?
Yep.
What a G, man. She's survived everything, hasn't she? Goodness. She's like,
Yeah,
It is meat. You eat the meat. No waiting. Eat the lamb. This is your baby.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Eat up. Nom, nom, nom.
it was always so weird when like
Becky, eat the leaf.
I would go and like
Stop.
we would go out in the back 40 and like pick fruit to harvest, like pears, like whatever, like blueberries, and like when we were harvesting fruit in the back, and anytime there was like a little tiny garden snake, my grandma would start freaking out because she's like not afraid of anything, right? And I was like, the
No
little
meat.
yeah, and she's like the little baby
Squirmy
snake.
meat. Squirmy meat. We don't eat that one.
Yeah.
Sneaky. That is
she
God
made it, like-
bad animal.
Exactly, the little tiny garden snakes. She would take shovels and would
Grabs them by the head
decapitate
and
them.
lifts up.
Yeah, she would take shovels and
you
decapitate
should
them.
have seen the motion. If you're listening to this, go look us up on YouTube, because Juliana was like,
Picks up an imaginary shovel and thwops it down.
axe murderer and
she
wants it down.
she decapitated like all of them always, and it was always so like disturbing, and she thought snakes were like Satan. So it was the one thing
course
she was
she did.
afraid of. Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Well,
I'm
you
not scared of the Nazis, but those snakes. Don't bring those snakes anywhere near me.
Don't bring the. Funny thing is, she lived under Benito Mussolini ruled Italy.
how old was this woman?
She's 95.
Goodness gracious.
Yeah, one of the first vehicles she ever saw was a tank occupying her village.
Well, thanks, guys. We'll see you next week.
Dude, history is wild.
I know,
Dude, it's-
right?
Well, it's wild that so much of this has happened in the last 100 years.
I
Well,
know,
like,
and
even like my
grandma
uncle,
saw
like-
so much shit.
Yeah, no, my uncle saw the Beatles in concert. Like, that freaks me out to this day.
Yeah,
Dude, Martin Luther King was in the 60s.
my uncle who saw the spiders on the walls, he saw the Beatles land at the airport.
That's insane.
Wait, that was your uncle, not your grandpa?
No, that was my uncle.
Oh, well, I mistitled the episode then.
I
Whatever.
know, but that's fine.
It's been called My Grandpa Took the Spider Pills, and it's been like our top downloaded episode.
No, my grandfather
Clickbait,
died when my
clickbait.
mom was 9.
Oh, I am totally clickbaiting our titles. You have no idea.
You have no idea.
Full hard, yeah. So I don't know what that was
hard?
meant to be. I'm
Yeah,
hard
but anyways,
right now.
I've never been to a Red
Anyway, see you
Lobster
guys.
before.
I love a good conversation with friends. It gets me erect. Anyway, I hope you guys have a great
Bricked
day.
up.
To end on a depressing note, as per usual, just randomly, I saw this news headline. St. Louis is a terrible place to find love, study finds. St. Louis is one of the worst large metros in a survey studying 55 of them. They have a picture of a couple kissing. I'm not even joking. You want to know what the caption of this is? I'm going to read it right now. It says, "See this happy couple? They probably didn't meet in St. Louis because this is a terrible town to find love."
Oh no.
Daniel's like, trust me, I know.
This is whoever wrote this article. That was the funniest fucking headline I have ever. So I'm going to die alone.
Okay.